Oof.
Yeah.
Good God, that's loud.
Right? All right.
What are you throwing down that gullet of yours there, buddy?
Some Kroger seltzer water,
Oh,
cranberry lime.
oh my God. How is it?
Not great.
Okay, that's good to know.
It doesn't really taste like cranberry or lime or cranberry lime, but it's drinkable. You know, it's fizzy water, and I like fizzy water. There we go. I'm all kinds of discombobulated here.
Show's all sorts of messed up.
Like I didn't really set up. Well, I did set up. Like I logged into the computer. Well, I mean, I didn't log on. I turned the computer on, but then the first call you made, I was like, "Okay, wake up, computer! Wait, what the fuck?" And I hit the power button, and it acted like it didn't turn on the first time. I was like, "Oh, you fucker!"
You motherfucker.
Whatever. Stupid things being stupid.
Yep, pretty much.
So how was Tempe? How was the squash mellowing?
Well, it's good. We actually went to is it called Desert Ridge instead.
Like Desert Ridge Mall?
Yeah, because the people we were meeting, they heard about some squishmallows that were available up there, so they went up there in the morning to wait in line to get them.
Uh-huh.
So we met them up there instead. It was hot.
I
So
bet.
yeah. But yeah, no, it was fine. It was mostly just we were just exchanging ones that Paige had bought for them, and they bought for her, and so they were like, handing off.
Gotcha.
That sort of thing.
Squish deals.
Yep. See, the trick to do it without making it look like it's a drug deal is to do it in the open where everyone can see that it's stuffed animals that you're handing each other. And you make sure you go, look.
Stuffed animals. Like
they're stuffy.
Fluff stuffed.
Yeah, see? Joe gets it. Joe understands what I'm talking about.
Yeah. There are no drugs here.
Well, not the kind you imbibe. I mean, the kind that you get addicted to and have to buy from everywhere and, that sort of thing.
Yeah. No, I gotcha.
So what's up, buddy? How you doing?
No, I'm doing okay. Living one day at a time.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Right? So have we ever talked about that Stephen King show that is now on Apple TV Plus called Lisey?
Lizzie's story?
Lizzie's story?
We've briefly spoken about it in passing of talking about different things that are coming out by from Stephen King properties.
Yeah. So my brother and I watched the first episode today. First off, it's executive produced by J.J. Abrams, if I recall right.
Yeah, it's one of the many things that he's doing with them.
It feels very much so like a J.J. Abrams produced show. We watched the first episode. I can't say that I 100% paid attention to it because some of the parts are very slow and kind of boring. I have no idea what's going on in that show whatsoever. Did you watch? You happen to watch it at all?
No, I spent today squishmallowing, and then we came home, and I don't know. I felt like complete and utter like asshole all day, and I was like, I don't know if I slept well last night or didn't sleep well last night, but I had this like pain in my neck. Little physical pain, not like talking about somebody in my life.
Yeah.
And then it turned into like a headache in the back of my head. And then like we went, like it wasn't even like I was like out in the sun for a long time or whatever. It just like it hurt from this morning, just got worse. When we went and got food, which we ate at a place called the Scottsdale Burger Bar. Pretty good place, by the way. Not as good as yesterday's place that we went to, which is
there is something I want
brain.
to mention about yesterday's place, though. It was really good. It was salty as fuck, though.
What was the name of that place?
Burgers and Brews.
Burgers and Brews. That's right. I was like, Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
what's the name of the place? Yeah.
It was salty as fuck though. A couple of hours afterwards, my gums started hurting because it was like swollen because it was so fucking salty. And I'm wondering if that maybe didn't contribute a bit to you.
Oh, maybe. It might have. We did
Yeah.
have a lot of fried stuff yesterday too.
Yeah.
But so we went there.
Good.
Yeah, like the place was good. It wasn't like I think Burgers and Brews was better. We were both hamburgers, obviously, like Scottsdale Burger Bar. And they have some like interesting burgers there, but they're pretty. Most of the stuff is pretty normal. But it's good. Their mozzarella sticks were actually really good because they're like you could tell they're hand breaded,
Nice.
which is really good. But we went there and then like I'm sitting there eating and I was like, am I gonna get sick to my stomach? Because that's not good.
No.
And so when by the time we got home, somewhere around I don't know 2:00 or some nonsense. And I was like, I'm going to go lay in bed and watch TV for a little while and see if I doze off. Took some Advil, and then it actually got better. My neck is still stiff and sore because I think I slept on it wrong. But I don't have the headache, and I don't feel like run over dog shit, so that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did what I was talking about before I ran a tangent of not feeling good. I watched the first episode of Sweet Tooth while sitting in bed.
Okay.
In some
get to that.
YouTube-y. And I wanted to watch Loki, but we ran out of time because I didn't pay attention to what time it was because I was chilling. And then Paige was like, hey, we need to like cut your hair before you start recording. I was like, why? She's like, it's 5:45. I was like, oh, okay. I see what you're talking about. So
you haven't even watched Loki yet either. Man, you're slipping.
Yeah, no, it's that was technically that wasn't going to be the plan today because we needed to go meet her friends for the Squish Switch. But tomorrow, I'm going to burn through all of Sweet Tooth probably and watch the first episode of Loki. And there was something else I was going to start watching too, and it wasn't Lizzie's story. It was something else that just Infinite. Yeah, the Mark Wahlberg movie that just came out that dropped on Paramount Plus. It's either going to be terrible or it's going to be fun. I'm not too sure which one it is yet.
Because it's a Mark Wahlberg property, I kind of like, I don't really care.
Yeah, like I wouldn't, if this was in theaters, I don't think I'd pay to go see it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he hasn't really ever been a big draw for me to go see a movie of his. Because I really like what is it? Is it Spencer Confidential? Is that the one that he did on Netflix?
Spencer for Hire?
No, Spencer Confidential.
No, something confidential.
Anyway. Whatever that was, it was a remake of an old TV show. That was actually really fun. I actually enjoyed that a lot. And this one's directed by or produced by? Is it not directed by Antoine Farquhar or whatever his name is? I'll tell you right now why I'm speaking about it. But it has an interesting premise. I don't know how to spell Wahlberg apparently. Is it?
That's fine.
Oh, I switched the H and the L. I don't know why I want to put Wahlberg, but whatever. But basically, I don't know if you watched the trailer or not. But essentially, he's known as an infinite, and basically he lives forever, and he just has, but his life like resets, I guess, like after so long, or if he dies or something, I don't know. Anyways. So I mean, it seemed like a cool premise. I don't know if I would have picked him for it, but whatever. Okay, it is directed by Antoine Farquhar. I think say his name. He's the one that did Training Day, and so he did Fury too, right? The tank movie.
Oh, the one with Brad Pitt.
Yeah, is that the one he did? No, he didn't do that one. Oh, I'm sorry. He did Olympus Has Fallen and Equalizer were his big ones.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he's done other ones too. I mean, he was unfortunately he is the one that directed Shooter, which is not exactly one of my favorite movies of all time.
No, That explains Mark Wahlberg then.
Yeah, but he did Equalizer 2. He did Southpaw with the Jake Gyllenhaals. King Arthur, the super actiony fun one with Clive Owen.
Mm-hmm.
Tears of the Sun, Training Day, Bait, Replacement Killers, Brooklyn's Finest, and The Magnificent Seven. So
he's got some bangers in there.
Yeah, he definitely has some bangers, and it's not like I wouldn't want to see this one because of anything he's done. I just don't always think Mark Wahlberg is the biggest sell for being in movies, but it has that I don't know how to say his name, but I think it's Chiwetel Ejiofor. Remember the bounty hunter from Serenity?
Yeah,
it's him. That guy. He's in it. He's the opposite in the movie. And his character's name is Bathurst 2020.
Okay, sounds like a gamer tag name, but okay.
Yeah, I know. I don't know the whole story of it because I don't know what it is, but I don't know. Is it based on something? Oh, it is.
Probably a book series.
The Reincarnationists Papers. Is that a real word? Reincarnationists Papers. Yes, it's a book. From what I can tell, it's the only book in the series.
So it's not a series.
Yeah, no, it looks like it's only one book, but it's by a guy named D. Eric Mazaran. I can't. Hold on, let me click on the thing. I don't know. I'm terrible with names in general. I can barely pronounce my name most of the time.
True.
Does he have any other books? Oh, yeah, he does. Oh, no, not really. He has 3 books. Okay. Fair enough. I don't even know when this book came out. Click on the thing with the stuff. Cody has information. Oh, there you go. Oh, okay. Fair enough. The reason we probably haven't heard about it is because it was released in May of 2021.
Okay.
So the book came out less than a month ago, and the movie's already out.
That's weird.
Okay. I mean, we like Andy Weir, his projects like after The Martian, Success of The Martian, Project Hail Mary was like option for a movie or whatever before the book even came out.
But they didn't make the movie.
Yeah, no, the movie was not fucking in. Like, I wonder if that book got like super delayed or something. I don't know. I'd have to do research on it and see what it is. But that's interesting. Plus, that movie, I know there was a bunch of hoopla about it because like Paramount just dropped the trailer saying it's a Paramount Plus original, and everyone's like, "Wait, what?" Even like the director and the stars are like, "Excuse me?"
Because it was intended to be released in theaters, from what I understood.
Yeah, and everyone's like, "I guess our movie's coming out in a week."
Yeah, they weren't too happy about it. I almost bet that they had some sort of option for getting a cut of the ticket prices, ticket sales.
I mean, probably. But also just like, in general, you plan a movie to be seen in theaters and it gets thrown on the little screen. But yeah, whatever. Who knows?
I mean, honestly, at this point, it's given a lot more people the ability to see it. I get why the people that make it are mad.
Yeah, I mean, especially if your whole planning, I mean, the whole thought was you're making it for the big screen. Not that it should ever change how you make the movie, but obviously like that's probably a bigger draw because I mean, again, money wise, but that's it if they have a back end deal though. But if they just get paid for the project, then they get paid anyways. You know what I mean? It's not like Paramount's like, well, we don't owe you as much money because it's not on the big screen. But if they did have back end money, like if it did well or whatever,
right? That's where they would get mad. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this also could potentially reach more people because of it too.
Right.
Because the fact it's easier to watch than it is to go out to the theater and do that sort of thing.
But again, are the actors getting the cut of streaming sales? They're probably not. It's not probably not in their contract to do that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyhow. Anywho, as they say. What you been up to since I saw you yesterday?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Going back to, I figured you probably hadn't watched Lizzie's story or Liza's story. I still don't understand what it was. How you pronounce the name? Mostly because, like I said, I wasn't fully paying attention to the first episode. It's really weird. It is very J.J. Abrams and very Stephen King-ish.
Yeah. Sure.
No, there was an Easter egg in it that I kind of don't want to spoil, but at the same time, I kind of want to know if you catch it right away, because I caught it right away, just a little bit of a glimpse of something, and then they do end up showing it to you.
Okay, it's not like it's one of the things where you have to you miss it or whatever.
Well, yeah, because I thought I was gonna miss it. Like they show a glimpse of it, and I was like, "Oh my god, is that thing? Is that thing?" And my brother and I were going back and forth because they kind of show it to you and they kind of don't, and it's hard to see. And then eventually they just show you, and I'm like, "Oh, okay. We could have just waited the 2-3 minutes and seen it, and then paid attention to the story of what was going on, because we were arguing back and forth whether it was or wasn't what we thought it was."
So just so you know, all the episodes are written by Stephen King.
Right. It's a King property, yeah.
Yeah, but he actually wrote the screenplays for him.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. The guy that directed it did something else, and I don't remember what it was. His name is Pablo Larraín, I believe is how you say it. I think. Maybe. I'm terrible with names, so it's probably not even close to being correct. What was it that I saw that he did? I don't know. It doesn't matter, I guess, because I can't find it.
Fair enough.
Anywho, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think I had Paige watch the trailer, and she's like, "What the fuck is happening in this?" And I was like, "Well, that's hard to, explain."
Oh, we watched the trailer before we started watching, because my brother was the one that wanted to watch it. I don't remember talking about it. So we watched the trailer, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Let's just watch the first episode and see how it goes. And like I said, it's a good episode. It's just not very enticing, to say the least. It really doesn't. It starts to tell the story, but it doesn't really tell the story. So you're just sitting there like, okay, I don't really know what's going on. I know Clive Owen character is dead.
Spoiler alert, man.
I think he's dead.
He's dead, yeah. He's a writer whose widow is being stalked with a guy who's obsessed with his books.
And they start hinting at that, but they like, why is he obsessed with the books? Like like what types of book did he write? I have no idea. Yeah. And then she's like going in and out of these like weird psychotic episodes, I would say. But they end up being dreams about him and things and stuff, and something about a bool, which is some sort of scavenger hunt that he set up, I guess. Like I gleaned more from the trailer than I did from the first episode of what kind of is going on.
Oh, I forgot. It's pronounced Lisey. So it's not Liza, it's Lisey's story.
Yeah, it was something weird like that. It's spelled Lisey.
Yeah, pronounced Lisey is what it was. I was trying to remember, because this is one of the newer, I say newer, it's one of the books, Stephen King's books that was released, it's 2006? Yeah, 2006. So it's in that range of, I haven't read those newer ones.
Right, neither have I.
And I haven't caught up to those newer ones, mainly because he's written like 1,007 books, and I've only read like a fraction of them. So eventually in my life I'll get to him. But it's I guess it's one of his favorite books or stories he's ever written, and that's why he wanted to make it, and he wanted to write it because he not that he didn't trust anybody else, but he felt so strongly about it that he wanted to write it. And it's like he said in an interview that I was reading, or an article thing I was reading about it, he said it's a personal story because he could see it being something that happens to him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, well, in this, I can see the dead husband in the trailers. I can see the dead husband talking to the wife, the widow, in what looks to be dreams. So that's fucked up if you think you're going to do that to your wife. But I get where you're coming from because you're Stephen King and you have some issues to work through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what it's working towards, I have no idea.
Yeah, neither do I. So it'd be fun just to, figure out or see what it is.
Yeah. But other than that, I haven't really been doing much else. I played, I've been trying to play, what's the name of that game? The Star Wars space battle game.
Not.
I want to call it Rogue Squadron, but it's not Rogue Squadron.
It is Rogue. No, what is that one called? Rogue Squadron's the old one.
Rogue Squadron's the old one. Yeah.
Rogue
Squadrons.
One. Squadrons, yeah, Squadrons. Star Wars Squadrons, yeah. I was like, no, because Rogue One is a movie. Yeah. So, essentially, it's a flight simulator in Star Wars land. But you're playing it on controller versus anything else. So
versus a HOTAS, which would be a hands-on throttle and stick. Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably works a lot better with that. I have weird issues with playing it with a controller. I don't know. I've been playing. They allow you to at least fully customize everything the controller wide. That's good. Because initially on the right stick you have pitch control, so up down, and then they had yaw control, so it like where you point the nose left, right, point the nose left type thing. Roll was roll. No, it was yaw. Then on the left stick, up is speed up, down is slow down, left is roll left, and right is roll right. And it's just like you're accidentally like slowing down when you're trying to roll left and roll right. And it's very weird to do. So I ended up switching roll left and roll right with the yaw controls. So it just went from left stick to right stick. I still can't get used to the controls on it. I don't know, it's weird. But then what's also I found weird about it is the story elements of it, where they take you back to the main base. So you're basically, on one of the carriers or whatnot. And it's so fucking clunky, those segments. Yeah, so the first time they drop you down, they drop you there, you drop into first-person mode outside of the cockpit, and there's like a bunch of people that you can talk to. You look at them, and it's like, press A to talk. You look over at this guy, press A to talk. I was like, okay, cool, look at that guy, you do the little conversation stuff. Doesn't do anything for the plot. Talk to these people over there, doesn't do anything for the plot. I don't really care. And then they're like, go to the briefing room. I was like, okay, over to the left is the door for the briefing room. I'm just going to walk over there. So I look over and I press forward to walk, and he looks up. I was like, what the fuck just happened? And I realized, no, you are stapled in place inside the carrier. So all you can do is look left, right, up, down, and just push A to talk to people, and then push A to go to the briefing room.
Oh, so you're not walking.
You're not walking. You're just basically teleported to that area. And then you go and do the briefing. And it's the exact same thing. You're stapled to in place. You're still in first-person mode, and you're just able to look around, talk to people, and then do the briefing. And then it's like, okay, go back to the hangar to get back in your ship. And so you have to look over the hangar door, press A, and it teleports you over to the hangar. And then to start the mission, you look at your ship and just press A to start the mission. And it's like, why even have these sections if you can't walk around?
Yeah, that's weird. That seems like a last minute addition type thing.
Exactly. It felt like something they just slapped on to it because after the third time of being back in there, you're given the ability, like the second or third time once you get back there, you're given the ability to inspect the ship, which just means that you can there's a little eye indicator. You can look at it, click on it, and you just teleport to the closer to the ship, and you're like, cool, ship. Oh look, there's another little eye indicator. You can teleport to that section. Cool, it's the engines of the ship.
Ooh,
like,
ship.
It felt so tacked on, and while the acting is pretty good, it's the story just feels more tacked on than anything to me.
Interesting. So they basically start with hey, this is the kind of game we want, and they're like, hey, let's throw a canon story in there to try to tie it to things.
To me, it really felt like, here's a really cool, why don't we do, people really love Battlefront's space combat stuff, so let's do just a space combat game like Rogue Squadron or something. Okay, cool. So we can do multiplayer on that. People are going to love that. Let's do a single player campaign too. Oh, okay, let's just throw something together and do a single player campaign. Yeah. And then you can, what I found funny too, extremely funny,
okay, is
it's another one of those games where you can semi-customize your character, the way they look, the way they sound. So they had like tons of different, not tons of different options for your face or whatnot, but you had the ability to choose those things. And then they had a ton of different options for the voice actor, and you can go from everything from like a rookie to a veteran pilot. And it was pretty funny, some of the things that they would say. Like the rookie would be like all high pitched and let's go get it, and, let's go destroy the empire, blah blah blah. Where the veteran is just like, God damn it, I'm too old for this shit. And I was like, oh, that's hilarious. I'm veteran for sure. But then your character hardly talks at all. Doesn't even talk during the cutscenes at all. So, okay. And it's first person the whole entire time. So why did I get to choose what my character looked like? I don't know.
Is it multiplayer?
There is a multiplayer aspect to it. I'm not going to fucking play it. I have a hard enough time playing the single-player campaign and not running into stuff.
No, I'm wondering if it's one of those things where, like, you would see your character with someone else's character, like, or, like, I don't know. It's weird to me.
But there aren't really enough options in there to differentiate your characters.
Oh, it's even worse.
Yeah, it's not even like... It's more or less like I could pick my body type, and I could pick... which was literally just male or female, and I can pick a face. I couldn't customize hair or anything. I could just pick a face.
Okay.
And the face had all the hair, all the everything on there already. You were just like, no. Okay, that one, and that was it. That was your options for character customization. You did it both for light side and dark side, because apparently the single story mission campaign also switches you over to the dark side of things, as well as playing on the light side.
Okay, all right.
So you got to quote unquote customize both characters. Yeah.
All right. Cool. I guess.
Yeah. So that was the other thing I've done.
Okay. All right. That's cool. That's sounds like a lot of fun, at least. Well, I mean, sort of. Not really. Like, more like frustrating but fun, but like, you had fun. It's not like you're playing like fucking, Cuphead or something on fucking hard difficulty.
Oh God, no.
Yeah,
Cuphead is the type of game that I really like the idea of, and it really looks really cool, but that's not that I can really play or have the tolerance of playing.
No, I beat it and I'm never going back.
I have they're making a cartoon of it on Netflix. I think it is.
Yes, Netflix.
So I have an interest in actually watching that, at least to understand, because Cuphead itself is kind of more of an adult oriented game, from kind of what more I understand.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not like there's like sex or fucking blood or anything in it, but it's
no.
It's definitely more of a mature understanding of the game.
So I'll be interested in see what they do with the animated series, whether it's more adult oriented or
Or what?
kid. Yeah,
Yeah, and obviously the animation style's more like the old classic um,
Mickey
Merry
Mouse,
Melodies, Mickey
Rover.
Mouse, and
Yeah,
shit like that. Yeah,
yeah,
but whatever.
yeah.
There was something I read earlier I wanted to talk to you about, and now I don't remember what it was. Did you watch the Masters of the Universe Revelations trailer that I sent earlier?
No, I didn't end up watching any of those trailers.
That's fair.
Yeah,
It looks pretty cool, if I do say so myself.
the the picture, the thumbnail on the video does look pretty cool. Looks fucking He-Man.
Yeah, the animation's pretty cool because to me it's a mix between the OG cartoon and the newer show that came out a few years ago. They even used the newer H logo on his chest armor. And they used a slightly not so 70s haircut for him. Because that shit's real rough back in the day. But a lot of the character models look the same. But they definitely are going after more developed characters than what they were in the original cartoons. I never watched the newer version that they did, because I
watched like an episode or two, but yeah,
I never got around to it. And I don't have a reason why I just never did. But this one looks pretty cool, and obviously it's from Kev Smith, so I'm gonna check it out for sure. But the animation was gorgeous in that trailer. Like I was like, oh, okay, y'all, because there's a little bit of use of CG in it, kind of like Invincible does. Where like elements like Castle Grayskull was CG'd into it. It was pretty cool.
yeah.
But like massive set pieces and super crazy action and magic and transformations and all sorts of crazy shit. It was pretty cool looking. Be pretty neato, I think. Maybe it could be wrong.
And what's it available on?
It's Netflix.
The Netflix original. Yeah. Okay.
And I believe it's July 23rd. I could be wrong.
I did watch the trailer for that other one that you sent. It's the Apple Plus one with
Invasion.
Invasion. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, do with Alan Grant, Dr. Alan Grant.
Yeah, Grant. But who's the main? The main character, the guy that they have on the.
It's Oh my god, isn't
that dude? Right.
Holy shit! Why am I thinking of spacing his name? The dude from Tenet, right?
Yeah. What's his Washington? It's Washington's kid, isn't it?
Yeah. What is his fucking name? Invasion. Clicky the button. Oh, that's a lot of list of stuff. That's not what I wanted. That's an album. That's not. That's a book called something else. It's not Carrie. That's someone else. John David Washington. Holy shit. Yeah, I believe it's him, because I was like, oh yeah, that's what he's doing. And it's a movie, I guess, on there, which looks pretty cool. Yeah. It's not even listed on his IMDb.
So is it not him?
Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe I'm wrong. Hold on. Let's see if I can. I thought it was him. Yes, news article. Give me. Why is there no listings of anybody who's in this article?
I know the what was it, Gizmodo or whatever, what his article it just ended up on, it listed the director, and it was like, okay, nothing else.
I don't think that's him because his name is not in this list of people. I found it at the bottom of this article.
Stars Shamir Anderson,
Yeah, that's the one.
Galshif. I'm gonna butcher that.
Oh, he's from Winona Earp?
Oh, is he? I've
What?
never seen that.
Wow, that trailer, he really, I mean, I don't want to sound,
Right.
racist, but apparently that's not who I thought it was. It's the beard that did it for me, but yeah, no, that's totally him.
Shamir
Yeah.
Anderson.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's
Okay.
in Stowaway. That's where I recognize him from. Not that I've watched it yet. But he played Jesse, or he was in the Jesse Owens movie. Jesse Owens, right? Race. He didn't play Jesse Owens. But he was most recently, he was in that Netflix movie Stowaway.
I didn't watch any of that.
Yeah, it's probably gonna make you mad because I think it's like pseudoscience-y stuff. I could be wrong, but it's like someone is like stowed away on a spaceship headed to Mars, and so they don't have enough like supplies to support that many people or something like that. I don't know. But he was in that.
That's the Netflix movie with what's her name?
Yeah, that's the one. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I've been meaning to watch it, and then I forgot about it.
Okay, yeah. I don't know a lot of his work, but I do recognize him from certain things, and that's one of them. Oh, he was in Constantine for the short-lived time that was on TV. He's done a lot of things, but it's not John David Washington, so I mean, doesn't matter. We were both wrong who that was.
Yep.
Anyhow, yes, that looked pretty interesting. I like the fact they didn't really, because at the end when you see, I'm guessing, the alien, it
Right.
looked very War of the Worlds,
Mhm.
and I was like, well, that's pretty cool. And it looked like those guns were not going to do a whole lot to it.
No, but at the same time, it reminded me of Battle for Los Angeles. Battle
Yeah.
of Los Angeles.
Battle for Los Angeles.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
I love that movie so much. So if we can get like an extended kind of version of that would be awesome.
Or like 4 more sequels, or 4 sequels, I should say, not more, but 4 sequels.
Right? I'd be okay with that too.
I'll watch the shit out of that, son.
Right?
I do not know what article, again, because for some reason my Apple News doesn't want to save things when I bookmark them, so they're not in there. My history is there, but I've read so many articles today I can't fucking see where it's at. Oh my god, it was something I wanted to talk to you about, and I don't know what the fuck it is.
Do you remember what it was about?
Oh, I found it. So apparently the new Jurassic Park trailer, or Jurassic World Dominion trailer, is only going to be in front of Fast 9 in IMAX.
Well, guess I'm never seeing that movie.
I'm like, cool. Well, I'm not going to see that trailer.
No, movie.
Oh, well, yeah, probably the movie too. I'll watch the movie just because.
Because it's a Jurassic Park movie, I'll watch the movie. I won't see the trailer because fuck no, I'm not going to go watch Fast 9 just to go. I'm not going to pay $13 just to go watch a trailer and walk out on a movie.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say to you. I was like, I don't think that's something we're going to be experiencing. I'm sure it's going to hit the internet eventually once they realize nobody's going to see fucking Fast 9 in IMAX for any reason.
To be fair, a lot of people are actually going to go watch Fast 9.
Not solely in IMAX, though. Like, they're going to see it in regular.
Not solely in IMAX, but in IMAX, there'll probably be a handful of people go watch it.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not excited for the Jurassic Park 3 movie just because of what they did with Jurassic Park 2. It was too much like the original sequel.
Shitty.
And where it ended off was just...
So terrible.
So terrible. So terrible. So I have no idea what the plot is of 3. We probably have talked about it, but I've just suppressed it,
I actually haven't even looked into it. I just know, like, there's dinosaurs in the real world. That's all.
Yeah,
I actually haven't looked into any of it. I was like, I don't really care.
Yeah, because at this point, I just don't care. Yeah. Speaking of the property, I didn't even realize that Netflix had an animated version of it called Jurassic Park
Camp.
Camp. That's what it is. Yeah.
Camp. There's another word though.
Camp Cretaceous.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's it was done. Remember the I sent you guys the short they made for it like 2 years ago. It feels like now. But yeah, and they're like in their third season or something.
Was it third season?
Or like I was like
first. I would have guessed first season. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, like I was like, what the hell? I wanted to see more of that. The live action one they did, like a year or 2 years ago, probably now. Where it was like in a campground when the dinosaurs were released and people are getting snatched up and shit. And they're like, it was done by what's his face. And he's like, this is what we're planning. And I was like, bullshit. If this is what you're gonna do,
right?
Because that shit was terrifying. Like a legit horror movie with dinosaurs. I was like, let's do this. Let's get away from this whole fucking bullshit ass nonsense about cloning human garbage you did in that second one.
Yeah.
Talk about not learning from the past. Like, holy shit, guys.
Seriously, they literally just copied the original plot off that movie, added some extra stuff, and then just went that way, and it was just awful.
Yeah. Anywho. But that's what I wanted to bring up because I thought it was funny. And you had the exact reaction I told Paige you were going to have. He's like, well, I'm not seeing that trailer. And I was like, nailed it. Because I said the same thing. I was like, fuck that shit.
I remember how against I was seeing 2.
Yeah. And Mike and I were like, no, man, it's going to be good. And then
be awesome. And I'm like, no, it looks like garbage. It looks like hot garbage. And then we went and saw it. And guess what? It looked like worse than hot garbage.
Yeah. And we all we're like, oh, shit, Joe's right. That's not good.
Right?
That's not good at all. Joe can't be right. Joe's not allowed to be right. He's negative Nancy.
Be right every once in a while.
I know, but you're negative all the time. I don't like that.
Yeah, but when I like things, I like things.
It's true.
And they turned out to be pretty good. I remember liking what I saw of Wonder Woman when they first showed it, or Ghostbusters, the female-led Ghostbusters. And I know that's probably a controversial thing to talk about, but I liked it. It was fun. It was funny.
I did like that.
I'm going to like the new one based off of what I see in the trailers.
Afterlife looks
it's
dope.
Gonna be awesome. Like, yeah.
Watch Steve Austin struggles to drink beer during Nevada windstorm. I'll watch that video later. Thank you, Internet.
Right? Because who wouldn't want to watch him Who wouldn't want to watch a storm trying to keep beer out of his mouth? That's exactly the way we should put it.
Joe knows what I'm talking about. Speaking of wrestling, it was one of his funniest things. If I remember to send it to you, I'll try to find it. Last year, before the pandemic, or was it end of 2019? He made a ring return just for promo stuff, and I think it was to promote the show he was doing that was following on USA. But anyways, he interrupts a match and does the stuff, whatever. I think it was with Becky Lynch, and he goes to like do the whole slam a beer with her and drink it. But he hits it too hard and it breaks open and there's like no beer. So he does like this and like no beer comes out of it because it all spilled out. And then he asks for another one. He grabs it and just opens it and just goes everywhere. He's like, I'm like, that's so awesome. But it was so funny because like he just smashed the shit out of that beer so much. Like literal drops of foam came out of it. And I was like, yeah, that's not enough to keep Steve Austin going.
Nope, not at all.
Not at all. All right. So on to business.
Business stuff here?
Yeah, well, what we normally do. How much of Sweet Tooth have you watched?
So I still have only watched the first episode.
Oh, good. Me too. Okay, good. We're going to be on the same level. Mm-hmm. The difference is I've obviously read the book and you haven't. Right. But this, I'm going to stay away from anything from the book because it's not fair to you and I don't care. What do you think of the first episode?
So I think I really enjoyed it. They really set up the world in a very interesting way. Uh, they laid it out there that there's some sort of virus that was pretty much wiped out half the world or something like that, or still wiping out half the world because towards the end of the episode, you see that the doctor, his house is just like covered in plastic, and you just see those people walking around in the reflections of the doors, walking around outside, covered in the hazmat suits. So something like that is going on, and then you have the idea that the thing that every birth that happened at that time, for some reason, all these kids are like half human, half animal hybrids. So it was an interesting setup premise for the show. They laid it all out there, and you basically just have one. It starts out with that, and then it skips to like 10 years later, 13 years later. I don't really know how old Gus is at the point in time of the story really kicking into gear.
10.
He's 10?
Yeah.
Okay. But you at least understand that his father, this whole entire time, has been protecting him from just stupid, awful people that are trying to kill these kids. They don't even think that they're human. And then, of course, his dad dies. Who's the actor that plays his dad? Like, he was so familiar, and then I learned his name, and I totally forgot it.
Will Forte.
Will Forte. God damn it! I was sitting there through the whole entire episode going, "I know that guy. I know that guy. The beard is covering it, but I know him." And then he ended up on Seth or something like that, and I was like, it's that dude, and it's like Will Forte, and I was like, that's fucking him.
That's fucking him. That's that guy. That's that one. You know what I mean?
It's that guy from the show and the thing, and I know him. Anyway, so it's really good. It's a little slow at times, but it is so well acted.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I think I've been saying it more and more, that the kids that they're getting to act in these movies or these shows are doing so much better than just like 10 years ago, or more, that you would have these young actors. Whoever that kid is just fantastic as Gus.
Christian Conover.
Okay. And the rest of the cast filling things out, obviously Will Forte, and then the guy who plays the other hunter guy, the black guy, absolutely fantastic. I was laughing my ass off as Gus was shooting him with the fucking slingshot, and he was just slightly annoyed, but like, he's like, "It's just a kid. Here's how you should survive, kid. I'm just gonna be walking off over here," and just gets hit with another rock, and it's just like, damn it, kid. And then just in general, the show is so fucking gorgeous looking, so well shot.
Yeah.
Audio is so well done. The CG is just, I actually don't even know if it is CG or practical effects that they use for his antlers and ears. I imagine that it is practical effects, at least for the antlers. For the ears, it could go one way or the other because they're animated. They have to match his acting to the ears. So that's where I get where it's like it could be more CG because practical might be a little bit more difficult there. But either way, it's really well done. Really well done.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think I read something. He's wearing the antlers, and there's scenes where he has ears on, but I think sometimes they animate them digitally. Can't remember if it was or if it was all of it was practical. Can't remember what it was, but it was real good. I was like, okay, yeah. The only one the only part that really threw me off that was too Uncanny Valley were the babies at the beginning when they showed all the mutations. And I was like, they're a
little weird, but it doesn't really focus on them too much.
Yeah.
And it still looks really good. I think like the puppy baby, yeah, was the better looking because it was a little bit more natural, whereas you had like the bird kid
Yeah.
was a little bit more far fetched, and so that one gets outside the uncanny valley real fast. But otherwise, yeah, it was still really really well done.
Yeah, it was really cool. But yeah, no, it was. I was like, okay, all right, no, I like this. I like the fact that it's narrated, which is pretty cool. I don't know how far that's gonna go, because all the narrator does is tell you story beats in a way. It's not really giving you like inner monologue thoughts of Gus.
No.
You know, like it just like at the end of the episode, he's leaving the fenced area, and it's like Gus slowly broke his father's rules, and then he broke them all, like, or something like that, and you see him jump over the fence and run away. And I was like, okay, there you go. Yeah, no, it's extremely well done. I enjoyed it a lot so far. I've watched one episode. I can't say I've enjoyed it a lot. It's been one episode.
Yeah, one episode of a total of 8 episodes, if I recall right.
I believe so. Yeah, the magic number.
Yeah, seriously, on Netflix, the magic number, 8 episodes.
8 episodes, 3 seasons. We'll see what happens. But yeah, no, that's pretty cool. I was worried that it would be too jumbled in the story, but I think they did a good job of telling the story in a very concise way, but also keeping it narrow, because there's a lot more going on. They give you like the whole poachers thing and that little bit, and then they don't show you the outside world other than the perspective of the two characters they're telling you, which is Gus / Sweet Tooth, if you want to call him that. And I'm glad they finally showed you or told you why right away, why they call him Sweet Tooth, and not the show's not just called Gus. And then the doctor himself, which spoiler alert, I guess, will come into effect later on, more story. I wouldn't doubt next episode's probably going to have more of him in it, so because he's kind of important, and so on and so forth. But pretty cool. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm looking forward to watching more of it, and all of it, probably tomorrow.
I'm definitely looking forward to watching more of it. I'm not going to watch it all at once. I don't do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes you do if you're sick.
That's true. I don't want to be sick anymore.
Yeah, you need to stop being sick for a while.
Seriously.
Stop it.
But we didn't mention based off Jeff Lemire's?
Jeff Lemire's, yeah.
Lemire's comic book series, Sweet Tooth, which is available on Comixology.
Yes, Comixology Unlimited. If you have that, or if you want to check it out, not that it's sponsored by this episode, but if you would like to check it out, it is like $6 a month, right, Joe?
Yeah, sure. I still don't know if I'm getting charged for it. Like I own it. I have it. I don't know when I pay for it.
Yeah, I don't really pay attention to this stuff anymore either.
Unless it lumps it together at the end of the year with the rest of my Amazon stuff.
Yeah, but so I'm looking at it right now. Jeff Lemire's he's a spotlight on because of Sweet Tooth coming out on the old Netflix there. But they have a ton of his stuff, including his Comixology original stuff that he did with Jock called Snow Angels. Those issues are on there too. But he's got his Bloodshot stuff on there from Valiant. He's got they've got all of that stuff on there really, because he's got a bunch of stuff. Family Tree from Image is on there. Gideon Falls from Image is on there. His Marvel stuff like Moon Knight and Old Man Logan, which is really good. Ascender and Descender, which is a really good, cool sci-fi post-apocalyptic thing, is on there too. So he's got a bunch of stuff on there that you should check out. And if you like horror stuff, Gideon Falls is a dope-ass comic book you should read, because it's real good and it's real spooky.
Yeah, somebody keeps telling me that I should read those.
Yeah, some asshole probably.
Yeah.
Some piece of shit you work with probably.
Not directly work with.
Yeah. Work adjacent to.
Exactly.
The last thing that I'm going to bring up, because we talked about it yesterday, is, and we talked about it, I believe, last week a little bit, is Y the Last Man.
Yes.
Still don't have a trailer. Even though rumors are it's supposed to be soon. Even though it's not supposed to come out till August, so I don't think we'll see it right away. But whatever. What do you think of that picture I sent you of young York Brown?
Well, first off, you
about.
sent the picture and asked us to guess what it was.
That shit was so funny.
So to be fair, going off of just the picture, it just looked like any generic post-apocalyptic thing. In fact, it was Taj who suggested that it was The Division, and so I just locked right into that. I was like, yeah, no, that's The Division. That could be any main character. That could be any of the flamethrower guys, whatever that faction was. I can't remember what it is. It totally ignored the fact that they had a animal carrier case with them. But as soon as you said, Paige said York Brown, I was like, oh shit. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense, because literally for the first story arc, he's got literally that attire on, the mask and the rain slick or raincoat or whatever it is you want to call that. And then the cage is like, oh, that's ampersand. That makes a lot more sense that he's carrying a little monkey around with him. So it gets me a little bit more excited. It honestly does.
Yeah, buddy.
Still can't get fully excited until I'm literally watching it.
That's true.
Because any moment now they could just pull the plug, on it, or something could very badly happen to the whole entire cast. Or even the main actor, if they're not done filming everything, he hurts his leg like John Cho did, and they just push back production for the rest of the stuff. But yeah, I am definitely a little bit more excited about it to see it. Yeah, it makes me kind of want to reread the story, even though I have so many other comic books that I need to read right now.
And just so you know, it's on Comixology Unlimited. So if you want it, I believe so, because they just released the 3 compendium thingies on there. Hold on, I can talk.
Yeah, that'd be cool if it's all on there.
I just saw it listed as, hey, you should check out Y the Last Man. I'm like, motherfucker, I own so many versions of this goddamn book.
You own all the original.
I do own all the originals.
Comics. You own. I don't know if you own the trade paperbacks, but you own the hardcover covers of all of them.
I own the hardcovers and the absolutes of them as well, because I have a problem.
A couple of those are signed, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They are. I have issue 1 signed, and I have I have issue regular issue number 1 signed, and I have the first hardcover signed by Brian K. Vaughan.
Yeah, you do.
Is there a way to click on the thing with the stuff that allows me to show the whole thing? No? Cool. Awesome. I should know how to use this more, but I don't, so click on this. Go to the bottom of the list because it's alphabetical. Know that for fact. Yeah, no, all of it's on there.
Nice.
Yeah, Omnibus is, and so it looks like it looks like almost all of it's on there. 75 books.
That sounds like the run.
Yeah, it's 60 issues, so I wonder if that's trades or whatever. Yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff on here, so I don't know. If you want to check it out, it's on there. Otherwise, go to a comic book store and buy it. That's good. Or online. Right. You can buy them digitally too. I don't even know how much they are, to tell you the truth.
They're probably the same price as they are. Well, no, actually, I think they do go down in price. Yeah. Like the week after.
I know the Comixology app's not going to tell me, so I'm going to do the whole Y the Last Man.
On the Amazons?
The old Amazonis. Book 1. $10. 10 smackaroos.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. You can read it on any digital platform you wish, including your phone and or tablet of choice, laptop. I think
tablets are really nice.
Yeah. And if you have a Kindle, you can actually read it on the Kindles too. Just hopefully you have
really weird.
Yeah.
What comic? I read a comic not too long ago. It was Judge Dredd. For some reason, I was just like plowed through all the Judge Dredd comics,
The book's so fucking
and
weird.
they started showing up on my Kindle one day, and I was just like, why? I clicked on it just to see how it was, and it's so not great.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but it's not great. It's not how I would want to read a comic book with no color in it whatsoever.
Yeah, if you had a Kindle Fire, it'd be fine, because those are all color.
Yeah, but that's just a tablet. That's just an iPad. Like,
I know, I'm just saying.
I really, really hope that in the next year or two, Amazon really kicks themselves into gear in innovating their Kindles, because I really would like a color Kindle for, definitely reading comic books on. It'd make it a lot easier. I realize the color stuff is probably still years away, so that's more of a pipe dream. The big thing though is give me key charging on it, wireless charging.
Yeah, no, Jesus.
Why not? Why? I don't want to have to use, and it's not even like they use USB-C. They haven't even switched over that. They still use the micro USB.
Yeah, which is fucking
That means
terrible.
I still have to keep a micro USB around in order to charge my Kindle. Yeah. So it's not like it's a space thing either. Those fucking Oasises are so goddamn thin. If you added just a little bit of bulk onto it and made it wireless charging, it'd be awesome.
Like, because on the Oasis, the battery is the bump part,
The
right?
thicker part, yeah.
I wonder if you could. They could probably tie it into a case.
So I have looked into that. It does look like it is possible to add there is no case as far as I'm aware. So just like that. But I have looked into getting like those little wireless adapters that you would see mostly for phones.
Yeah.
And people have said they do actually work for the Kindle as well. It's just a matter of getting one that has the right orientation for the port, and then it folds over onto the back.
Yeah.
And I have almost pulled the trigger a couple of times on getting one of those. But the thing that has stopped me is that it does add just a little bit of bulk to the back, which would mean that the case doesn't sit right.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I was thinking you could make a case that would have the wireless charging in it.
Mm-hmm.
Then when you attach it to it, like that, the battery bump would have a connector, like a capacitive connector. You know what I mean? And that would pass through the charge through the case. So you could just like buy the wireless charging case, and you could even if you wanted to add like a battery to that to make it longer life, but you don't have to. Just make it that when it clicks on the back of it, like the regular one does, and you have wireless charging.
So the funny thing is that the first gen, what do we have? The second gen?
I think it's the second gen, yeah.
The first gen Oasis my brother has, and the case that you could buy for it was actually, you had an option for an extended battery. So it actually had a battery built into the case that you could click into. But with the second gen, they discontinued that.
Well, I guess fuck me then, huh?
Yeah, like you were already halfway there.
Yeah, you were halfway there.
Yeah.
Just redesign that case to have a wireless charging in it, and fucking good to go. Whatever.
Right.
I mean, the batteries last fucking damn near forever, anyways. But I do have to charge mine because it died the other night.
They do, but it is so like, there are so many times that I've just been like, oh, I need to charge that. It gives you the warning. You have 20% left. I'm like, okay, I need to charge that. Well, I'm not going to fumble around with it tonight, mostly because the charging cable that I use to charge my Kindle is also the charging cable that I use to charge my iPad. I have one of those Nomad cables that has the multi adapters on it.
Oh yeah.
So I'm always charging my iPad at night. So I'm not going to fumble. I'm not going to charge my Kindle at night. I'm not going to unplug my fucking iPad and do that. So I'm just like, I'll just plug it in the morning. And of course, that's not the thing I'm thinking of in the morning, is plugging my Kindle in.
And it never happens.
It never happens until my Kindle pretty much dies. And I'm like, well, I better actually plug it in if I'm going to read it tonight.
Yeah, that's what I do. I go, I'm like, oh, I'll charge that next time I go in the office, and I'll plug it in. And then all of a sudden, my Kindle doesn't turn on, and I'm like, think I forgot to charge it.
Yeah, I like how you mentioned that you plug it in your office, because before I got that cable, the only place in the house that I had a micro USB cable was the workout room. So I'd go into the workout room, plug my Kindle in there, and let it charge in there, and then, later that night or whatever, when I'd go to bed, I'm like, okay, time to read my book. Oh, fuck, it's in the workout room. I have to go all the way into the workout room.
That's across the house.
That's across the house.
That's some horse shit.
Right? Not working out then.
I guess we can wrap it up there. I was going to talk about The Conjuring. That was the other thing I wanted to talk about, but...
Yeah, there was something else I was going to mention, and I totally spaced out on what it was, too.
We're over an hour, so, whatever. But yeah, so I guess...
Try and remember it for next week.
Yeah, yeah, right. So, yeah, comes naturally. We are...
Joe.
I am Cody, and I guess that's a wrap. So, like usual, you fuckers just came naturally.
Bye.